GoXLR, one of the legendary streaming tools in most streamers' kits. Although, does it still live up to the hype in 2021? Let's go ahead and talk about it. The GoXLR is a mixture that combines high-end equipment into a single, easy-to-use form factor. This easy-to-use device is more than just a way to broadcast your voice to your stream. I know me telling you these things sounds awesome, but actions speak louder than words. So let me go ahead and show you some key features of this device that makes your life a whole lot better as a streamer. First off, setting up this device is a breeze. All you have to do is plug in wall power, USB to the PC, plug in your headphones, and plug in your mic. Next, we're going to hop over to the PC to show you how easy it is to set it up for your microphone and to use a lot of these features. All right, so now that we know what the back of the GoXLR looks like and we have our microphone plugged in, let's go ahead and set up our mic. So first, what you want to do is go to mic setup, and then you actually want to pick which microphone you have. I'm using the Shure SM7B, so I'm using dynamic, but pick whichever one you want. If you pick condenser, it'll automatically turn on that phantom power. And then what you want to do is pick the appropriate gain for your microphone to make sure that you land in this good area and maybe even just a little bit below. Now that we have our mic set up, let's go ahead and do a little bit of tuning. I'm not going to go too in depth to this because we could sit here all day. Gate is going to basically allow it to turn off the microphone, and there has to be a certain level of sound that actually turns it on. Then you also have your equalizer over here, which is going to help you accentuate your bass, your midtones, and your trebles. And then we have our compressor, which actually allows you to speak really loud and get it super excited without blowing your friend's eardrums out. Or you can go ahead and talk a little bit softer too if you want to, and people can still hear you. Then we have a de-esser, which basically just takes the off of some of those sounds. This will take some customization based on how you feel about it and what you want to do. So it's all personal preference from here, and also kind of what microphone you have and your voice. If you do want to get advanced, you can pop these out and they have more advanced features, but I'm going to save that for another time. So next up, what we have is actually our mixer. So this allows us to choose what our faders do on this device. So if I want to go ahead and decrease the volume of my actual microphone, I can go ahead and do that. Or if you want to adjust the audio levels on something you're watching, such as this, 2 seconds, you can go ahead and turn it down. You can also turn it up, and with a press of a button, you can actually just mute the entire thing. Man, that's a good looking dude. One thing that's really neat about the actual GoXLR is that it has motorized faders. What that means is that whenever you adjust them on the actual computer in the software, it actually moves them automatically. No, it's not magic. I don't have telekinesis. Pretty neat to show off. Best part about it is that you can actually do this all on the fly. So if you have friends that have different like voice levels, if games have different levels, if the audio you're listening to is different through YouTube videos, you can just change it with easy, just move a button. What I personally love is I actually have my game volume in my system. So that way, if I'm starting up a new game, y'all know how loud they get. I can go ahead and just bring this all the way down, or I can bring this up. That way you never blow your eardrums or your community's eardrums. They're going to thank you for that. Now, next up on our list of features is going to be the voice changer. So in the event you want to go ahead and get a really deep, sultry voice, or you want to sound like your actual radio announcer, you're about to go on about how awesome this game is. Or maybe you want to sound a little auto-tuned for your singing. No, I'm not a singer. Don't ask me to do it again. You can go ahead and do that on the fly. You can actually have 6 different presets for what you actually want to do. So in case you have different scenes, or if you want to make something up in the moment, you can adjust these individually as you would like. On top of these 3 buttons on the side, you actually have a plethora of things inside. You can do echo with different styles. You can do different styles pitch. Now, next up, we actually have the sampler. What that is you can actually record your voice samples on the fly. So in case I want to go ahead and say, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to subscribe. You get the point? You can capture any kind of audio coming through your mic. You can even adjust it so there's different lines that you can actually capture, as well as you can put pre-made sounds on there. So if you want to go ahead and use an air horn, get hype on stream, you can do that. With the A, B, and C function on here, you can actually have up to 12 different ones. You can even clear them on the go in case you get tired of one, and then record something brand new. What's also great about this is they actually save as files in your computer. So even if you capture something funny and you want to bring it back later, you can always just go back to that file and actually add it back in. So these last 2 buttons come in pretty clutch. In case you're getting really mad at the game and you feel the need to just go ahead and save, you could do that. Or if you're streaming with a friend and you feel a cough coming on, you can just mute your microphone with a press of a button. These can really add to your content, as well help you co-stream with other people and not interrupt their own content. This is the routing table, which actually allows you to route your audio any way you want. This can get really complex. I'm not going to go over it, but it's actually a really amazing feature to have. One example I'll give you is if you want to mute Discord from your stream, all you have to do is just come down here and uncheck it from broadcast stream. Now that means that you can still hear your friends, but your stream can't hear them. Now we got the rundown on these key features and to see what all these awesome RGB lights do. Let's go and talk about the pros and cons and see if it's really worth your money. Ooh, another awesome demo if I say so myself. All right, so pros and cons of this device. Let's go and talk about it. The GoXLR is simple and intuitive. Instead of having a complex audio chain with multiple pieces of hardware, it brings all of that amazing quality into one device, and it's really simple and easy to use. Different microphone support. You can use anything from a USB, an XLR, or even a 3.5 microphone with this. It even offers phantom power for dynamic mics and enough gain for condensers such as the SM7B. The GoXLR is kind of future-proof, and what I mean by that is that you can actually go from a single PC setup to a dual PC setup, as well as it'll support any entry-level USB, even XLR microphone, all the way to any high-end XLR microphone you'd want to use. Customizable profiles. So if you want to switch up the color on your device, or if you actually share a computer with someone else, you can have each individual profile for each person or color or just how you're feeling that day. Now let's talk about the cons, which are some things that don't sound so great about this. The GoXLR only supports a single XLR input. So if you ever want to do a live podcast, use multiple microphones for different scenes, unfortunately you have to stick with just the one input that you have on the back. This device doesn't offer any submix. So although you do have audio chains, if you actually want to adjust the level that your stream hears and what you hear, unfortunately you can't do that. So if it sounds like your teammate is screaming in your ear, but your stream is saying that they can't hear them, unfortunately you can't individually adjust those. This device is software dependent. What that means is that most of the features and functionality of this won't work unless your computer is turned on. Even worse, if you run a dual PC setup, your stream PC has to be on for this to actually operate properly. And on top of that, any setting changes you make, you have to make sure you save it in the software. Otherwise, if you don't save the profile, it'll just revert back to what it was before. And last thing is price. Even though this is an amazing device, this retails right now at $499.99, and that's even if you can find them in stock. $499 is a steep price even for a well-developed content creator. So, what are our final thoughts? The GoXLR is a device that serves multiple purposes. It's also aesthetically pleasing. It'll also grow with you and your streaming equipment. Even in 2021, I still think this is a powerful, simple, yet advanced piece to have in your streaming kit. That leads me to ask, are you going to invest in the GoXLR? Or are you going to buy something different? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Also, if you want more content curated for streamers, go ahead and hit that sub button, as well as head over to pipeline.gg.